retrograde. It was in Aquarius and it went retrograde in Aquarius itself. Sometimes it goes to the house behind it also. So it may go into Capricorn and again come back into Aquarius. Anuvakra. When a retrograde planet goes back into the previous sign, continuing in its retrograde motion, his speed has now slowed down a bit. That is, completely has gone retrograde and he was moving in the same sign retrograde, but again he moved back into the previous sign also retrograde. That's when his speed has slowed down a bit. That is Anuvakra. Jupiter did this on 14th May 2020 and go back to Sagittarius on 30th June 2020. Next we have Vikala. That is no movement. The grass seems to be stationary. This can be for hours or up to 5 days depending on the planet. Now I'm going to tell you after this about each planet going retrograde, for how many days it will go retrograde, for how many days it will be stationary also. Based on that we will understand. Vikala. Saturn seems to stop or stump it. Vikala also is called as Stambana. That is stopping for about 5 days before he changes his regular apparent direction of motion, while Mercury is stationary for just a few hours. So you can understand Saturn is very far when compared to Earth, while Mercury is closer to the Earth. So Mercury is stationary for a few hours, Saturn is stationary for about 5 hours. Saturn takes more time to go around in one orbit, 360 degrees. Mandatara, that is forward motion but very slow. Now earlier I described the words based on Sanskrit Surya Siddhanta. Now I am talking about certain things which we brought forward in English also. Mandatara is forward motion but very slow. Manda is slow forward motion but faster than Manda. Sama is the regular average speed forward motion. Chara is faster than the previous Sama. Atichara is when a planet in forward motion is moving really fast and often enters the next sign moving really very fast. Example, Jupiter had entered Sagittarius in November 2019 and he moved really fast and entered Capricorn in March 2020, covering one entire sign in 5 months. Okay, so that fast he moved. This you will come to know when in few more slides I'll tell you each zodiac sign, the planet, how much time it takes to move. Based on that you will know whether it's Chara, Atichara, retrograde or whatever. If you look at this, you see different figures here. So as I've numbered them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again they'll come back to 1. So this is a useful diagram where you can see how the motion of the planets in the spiral goes apparently faster, slower, stationary, forward or retrograde, etc. The numbers 1 to 8 are the above 8 motions of the planets in the curving spiral of the apparent motion. This spiral below would be the spiral section of the planet's geocentric epicycloidal path. What did I tell you earlier? I showed you the loops and all about Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn and all. So I've taken one such loop, I've zoomed in and I've taken one such loop. So here you observe, you see the direction, arrow over here. So this arrow will say from 1 it started, it is going like this. So when it goes here, you feel it is retrograde motion. So like that, based on the speed and the type of motion it is undergoing, we have given different numbers to it. So first one is Vakra. So it is going behind. That means it was appearing like as if it was moving like this, but suddenly at this point it is moving back. Second one is Anuvakra. That means it has gone into the previous side. Vikala. Okay, so what is Vikala? Yes? What is Vikala? Almost stationary. Mandatara. Mandatara means it is moving very slow. Manda means slow. Sama means normal. 7. Chara. Chara means fast. 8 means very fast. So these are the different motions of the planet that you observe in this particular group. Now the average time taken by the planets Graha to cover 1 degree of the zodiac from the slowest to the fastest. You see, Sun will take 1 day. Okay. Then Moon will take 1.45 hours, Mars will take 46 hours, Mercury 6 hours, Jupiter 12 days, Venus 15 hours. Average time taken by the planets to cover 1 degree of the zodiac, not one complete zodiac, 1 degree of the zodiac. Every zodiac has 30 degrees. 1 degree of the zodiac takes, by Sun it takes 1 day. That means 1 complete zodiac it will take 30 days to cover. That's why you find for every 1 month Sun will move into the next zodiac. Similar Moon is going to take only 1.45 hours to complete 1 degree of the zodiac. So after 1 3/4 hours, it will go into the next degree of the zodiac. Similarly, all the days are given for different planets. So what do you observe here? I brought here 12th April 2029 AM Delhi. You find this is the chart. So this will tell you what is the planet, okay, Sun. Forget about Lagna. Most of you do not know yet. So Sun. Sun is in Pisces. So at degree 28, 26, 21. That means 28 degrees, 26 minutes, 21 seconds. And its speed is like this, 5740. So what do you observe here? 5740 means this is degrees, this is minutes, this is seconds. 57 minutes 40 seconds. What did we say about sun? It should take how much for traveling 1 degree? It should take 1 day, 1 degree to travel. It will take 1 day. So that is the speed at which it has to cover. But here it is taking less than 1 degree, less than 1 hour. Otherwise, so less than 1 degree. So less than 1 degree means what? If it was 1 degree, it would have been one here in this position where you see 0, 0. You don't find that. That means what? While it was in Pisces at 28 degrees 26 minutes 21 seconds, you observe that the speed of the sun is slower than its regular speed. When it is slower than its regular speed, that means what? It is in the motion of manda, that is slower motion. Like that, you can compare for each of them at what degree, in which sign they are presently, and what speed they are moving it. Compare it with the ones that you have here. Then you will understand that whether they move very fast or very slow or retrograde or vakra or anuvakra, all these things you can understand. I will send you this note. Just have a look at this table. So sun is moving a bit slower than average. Moon is moving a slightly faster than average. We could say that sun and moon are in sama motion. Venus has slowed down, that is manda. Mars, Mercury, Saturn and Jupiter are moving significantly faster than their average speeds. So I told you it is normal motion or manda because it is slowed down. But slowing also, they have made a comparison and said that it is in sama motion, that is equal motion, not manda actually. Venus is actually slowed down, which is called as manda. So just compare these comments with whatever you have in the table, you will understand. So planetary movement time to travel in one Rashi. Earlier I gave you in one Rashi, 1 degree, how much time they take. Here I have showed you in one Rashi completely. To travel one complete Rashi, how many days or how many months each planet will take. Sun in one side it takes 1 month, Moon takes 2 1/4 days, Mars takes 49 days, Mercury takes 1 month to travel, Venus takes 1 month, Jupiter takes 361 days, that is almost 1 year. Saturn takes 2.5 years to travel one Rasi, Rahu takes 1.5 years, and Ketu takes 1.5 years. This is how they move from one Rasi to another, and this is normal motion. If they go into retrograde or go to the previous sign and all that, again it will take some more time. It may not take exact 1 month or exact 49 days, it will take more.
Ma'am, can you pause there? Go back and can you please pause there? I
Yeah, yeah, please.
I request everyone to
Right.
take a screenshot of this and keep it. We will be checking this in the next class. Please take a screenshot. Okay, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, retrograde. What is retrograde? As I told you, it's an illusion created. So this is certainly easiest to picture for superior planets, those outside of Earth's orbit, such as Mars. So outside of Earth's orbit are Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Inside are Mercury and Venus. So for outside planets, it's easy. Does it mean that you don't have it in for inner planets? We do have retrograde motion for inner planets also. So Earth circles the Sun every 365 days. Mars takes 687 Earth days to do the same thing. Mars is in an outer orbit when compared to Earth from Sun. So it takes more time to travel around the Sun. So our planet has a shorter path to travel. So at some point we catch up to Mars and then pass it. What is happening? You have a slower moving planet making one orbit, a faster moving planet, but it's above the orbit of the Earth and it is also making. So because of the short path of our travel, Earth's travel, at some point it will catch up with Mars. Just as passing a slower moving car on a highway makes that car artificially appear to move backward from your point of view, Mars appears to move backward or retrograde relative to the background stars for a period of time. So you understand, Earth is moving. I'll show you in a diagrammatic way also next. Earth is moving now at, let's say, 0 on the scale, and Mars already has moved to 1 on the scale. Earth is still moving further, and then because Earth moves faster when compared to Mars, Earth has taken catch. Has caught up Mars at particular point. After that, Earth moves little faster, so it again it will cross Mars. So Mars is appearing to move slower to Earth, and it appears to move like as if it is behind Earth. So it's as if it's going back. That's what is the relative speed. Because we are observing the background stars also. We are not looking only at Mars. With respect to the background, we are looking at Mars. Once your car or our planet has pulled far enough ahead, the retrograde motion disappears. Because it has gone very far, Mars is very far away, so we don't find that it is retrograde. Now, can this happen with the inferior planets like Venus and Mars? Yes. So, what do you do there? Their retrograde motion occurs because they circle the sun much faster than Earth and sometimes overtake our planet as they swing around our star. Now, again, here also, because they are moving fast, we feel like they are moving backwards. That same effect causes them to first pause, then move backward or westward relative to the background stars before pausing and resuming their eastward motion. We look at how this looks like. You see here, this animation shows how it is. The green one, you see the green ball first, this is the Earth, and the red ball that you observe is the outer planet. Let's say it is Mars. Okay, first it started here. Look at how it is moving. Now, when it comes back, it will see. So they are different, they are far away. Now, at this point, what happened? Earth and Mars were together. After that, Mars was behind and Earth was forward. See, look here. Here. Now, from here onwards, where my arrow points, from there onwards, Mars looked behind Earth. See. Yes. So Mars looks like as if it is behind Earth. It is going in retrograde motion. Look at that. Till there it is in retrograde motion, till this point. From here till this point almost it is looking like it's in there. Now here it has come equal. Yeah, retrograde, equal. This is how what happens when you observe from the Earth. This is background stars you can observe here. Are you able to understand? Green is Earth, red is Mars, outer planet. It starts from here, come back. It starts from here at this point. At this point, Mars looks like as if it is behind Earth. Here it has caught up with the Earth. So this is when we observe that Mars is actually in the retrograde motion. From this point till this point. We observe throughout this track that Mars is retrograde. Okay? So here also you can see inferior planets. So this is Earth in the outer orbit. This is the inner one. Let's say Mercury or Venus are there in the inner circle. Outer circle is this one where Earth is moving. What do you observe here? At this point you find from here, if you observe there, it is here. Okay. Next point you observe, it is straight again. But what is happening? Direct motion when it is coming here at this point. Look at the numbers over there. 1. At 1, it appears here only. But at 2, where is 2? 2 is here. So it appears here only. 3, also from here, if you observe, it appears here only. But after this, what is going to happen? This planet will come to this position, 4. When it comes to 4, it was here at 3. So it was moving in the forward direction. The moment it went to 4, at somewhere here, what happens? You feel like as if this particular Mercury or Venus is going back or retrograde. Again, when it comes here, earlier it was in this position, it was fine. From 4, when it moves to 5 also, you feel that it is in retrograde motion. When it comes back to 1, you feel like it is again come to the direct motion. So it is like this. I observe this Mercury here, first position. I feel that it is in direct motion. When it comes here to the second position, I feel that this is in direct motion again. When I come to third also, because it is like this only for Earth, so it is in direct motion. But after this point, what happens when you observe from Earth? Mercury is moving faster. Earth is still here. It is just moving slowly here. After this position of Mercury, when it comes to the fourth position, from Earth, if I observe, I feel like as if Earth, the Mercury is moving behind or it is in retrograde motion. But it is actually in forward motion. From here, when you observe, it is in retrograde. When it moves like this, also it's going to be retrograde. Can you see my pointer, mouse pointer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So when it comes to fifth position, also it is retrograde. But when it comes back to position one here on the orbit, you find again it's in direct motion. So this part of it, you feel it is direct motion. From this part of it, you feel like it is in the indirect motion or retrograde motion. That's how you look at inferior planets too. So same thing I brought for with respect to Mars orbit. Same whatever story we have said earlier, it is going to look the same. Then Jupiter retrograde. So in 2021, Jupiter retrograde has happened. So how does that look like? So it was June 21st from Earth. These are the balls of Earth that you see here. Okay, no, no, this is the Earth. Sorry, this is Earth. This is Jupiter. The big ball that you see, white one is the Jupiter. So from here, when you observe, Jupiter was in forward motion only. After that, what happened when Earth is here? What did you say? It said it's forward motion. But the moment it went here, Earth went here. It looked at Jupiter. It looked like as if Jupiter is behind it. This ball. Motion when compared to Earth's this ball, June 21st. After that, when Earth came here also, it was almost on top of it, straight only. We might feel it is stambana, or it stopped. When Earth went here on the orbit, when it looked at Jupiter, Jupiter was still behind it. So it looked like a retrograde motion. But Jupiter is actually moving forward only. From Earth, it looked retrograde or moving backwards. So we look at Mercury. When Mercury retrogrades for 24 days and is stationary for 1 day before and after the retrograde motion, whenever Mercury has to retrograde. So what are the effects of this retrograde motion of Mercury? We find that whenever Mercury retrogrades, Mercury karakattvas or Mercury characteristics are it affects the share market, it affects our communication. Okay, so speech. The Mercury retrograde in your horoscope Gemini and Virgo of the zodiac sign, which are ruled by the planet Mercury. So Gemini zodiac sign, Virgo zodiac sign, both are ruled by Mercury. And the placement of Mercury will also play a vital role. So three things they're saying. Gemini, whatever is your in your horoscope, whatever is Gemini, that will get affected. Whatever is Virgo, whichever house is Virgo in your zodiac, that will get affected. And wherever Mercury is placed, that house also will get affected. That is what they're saying. The relationship you have with your sisters, your education, your throat might have problems that will be faced by you if Mercury retrogrades in your horoscope. The other ones I just told you, communication, your stock market also will get affected. Sometimes when you observe, go back and observe when stock market fell. At that time, Mercury would have retrograde, and when it comes back again, it goes normal. It is in general for the country we can talk about stock market, but when it comes to individual, again we have to look at their horoscope, how it is going to affect them. So stationary Mercury signifies you that you need to be cautious while in conversation and don't curse or abuse anyone to get the good results related to the planet's Mercury, like the right intelligence, good relationship with sisters, and to have financial gain as well. That means when Mercury goes stationary, stambana, so while going retrograde, it will go to Stambhana and then retrograde. While coming back from retrograde, it will go to Stambhana and again come back to normal position. At that point of time, it is they are saying that don't curse anyone or abuse anyone. Why? What will happen? Because the right intelligence will not come to you. You will not have good relationship with your sisters. Financial gain will not be there. So you have to be very careful. That's why better practice not to abuse anyone so that we don't know when Mercury will go retrograde, when it will come into Stambhana. Okay, then look at Mars. Mars retrogrades for 80 days and becomes stationary for 3 days before and after the retrograde treaty. So Mars is courageous, has quick intelligence, improves land prospects, land and property, and relationship with siblings in our life. So where the Mars gets replaced while in the retrograde period, it will give challenges related to that house. So remember, whenever a particular planet gets retrograde, it will affect the house whose owner it is, and also it will affect the house whose tenant it is. That is wherever house it is placed in, whichever house it is placed in. So Mars rules over the Aries and Scorpio, and the retrograde Mars will give the influence over these zodiac signs wherever that gets placed in your horoscope. Next, we have the malefic planet, that is Dev Guru Bruhaspati or Guru or Jupiter. So teacher of gods. Jupiter will retrograde for 120 days. Okay, and be in the stationary position for 5 days. So totally it will take 361 days to revolve complete revolution. Out of that 120 days it will retrograde and it will come into stationary position for 5 days. So Jupiter rules over Sagittarius and Pisces zodiac sign, and with the retrograde, Jupiter will struggle to attain wealth, and there will be many challenges to attain academic knowledge. So let's say you have started now learning the Jyotisha. After a certain while, for example, Jupiter retrogrades. So when Jupiter retrogrades, maybe your learning may come down or you are not able to follow easily. So all these things will happen. Wealth also, you are trying to acquire some wealth, that may also slow down a bit because Jupiter retrograde. Stationary Jupiter says that you must give respect to your elders and teachers in your life. So elders and teachers are your gurus. So whenever Jupiter is stationary, we have to respect them. Otherwise, we'll have bad effects on the houses Jupiter rules, on the house where Jupiter is placed. These are simple remedies, in fact. Whenever Jupiter goes bad in a horoscope, what do you mean by bad? You will understand it later. Whenever Jupiter goes bad in your horoscope, try to do some service to your elders at home. Try to follow their instructions. Okay? Try to take their blessings. Venus will retrograde for 42 days and be stationary for 2 days before and after the retrograde period. So Venus rules the Taurus and Libra zodiac sign and affects the significance while in retrograde motion. You will not have stability in your life and there will be relationship problem in life as well. So I told you Venus is actually spouse, relation with spouse, so that will get affected. So analyze your mistakes and be honest with your partner as well. Next we have Saturn, 140 days and stationary position for 5 days. So it has a Saturn always gives tough task and lays a strong foundation in your life. Always people say Sade Sati, there's a problem. But Saturn is giving you an opportunity to correct your previous mistakes and also learn new skills. Whenever there is a Sade Sati or a bad period, you call generally when Saturn comes or affects. So that it is not a bad period. It is a period where you need to learn new things or learn your mistakes and correct them. It means that you have to be very attentive about some particular thing. So Saturn rules zodiac signs Capricorn and Aquarius, and you have to learn hard work, persistence, humanity, honesty, be humble to all the creatures, and devotion in the divinity is what you have to develop during this particular time. You need to cultivate devotion with pure consciousness whenever Saturn is stationary. Okay, we'll stop here. And Rajesh will continue with the software. Any doubts so far?
No.
Okay, for all of you it is clear. Any doubts you can
Yes.
ask me. In whatever we have covered or in previous classes which sir told you or anyone any software thing and software anyway now Rajesh will tell you again like how to install and if you have any problem with the casting the horoscope in the whatever you have learned already that also he will be letting you know. Okay.